Hello and welcome back. This is ProTaleDev back with another Christmas Commandeer video, and this time we're looking at the final day, the 7th day of the game jam, which was the winter break jam. So we're looking at the 7th day of the game jam, and this was much more about getting the main menu in and kind of bug testing and balancing and things like that. There was a couple of things in there that I did as well, so I'm just going to cover them now. So to immediately, let's go straight in. Let's press play right here, and immediately you're going to see a main menu. This main menu basically has all the basic things that the game encompasses. So you got the background here with all the different items, all hidden around the campfire, penguins, the enemies, a couple of different things, as well as the keeper, which has the story. So the story basically gives you a rundown of what to expect in a very, let's say, lazy way, but unfortunately with game jams, you know, you don't have a proper way of introducing story unless you build it around it in such a small amount of time. So I usually stick to just a text story on the main menu to try and bring the player in. This way it's also a choice if they want to really read it or not. And then of course we have the main menu, so we could play and it will take us straight into the level. We can go to controls, so all of the very basic controls that they'll need to know. We've also got the settings, which I didn't finish in time. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. I just didn't get to finish it. And then of course we have credits, which is very important anyway, so I always have that in every game jam I do. You know, what packs I've used, what text font I've used, and things like that. And of course these all work apart from obviously the settings, and then you can just press play and it'll take you straight in. So if I just press play right now, it'll take you straight into the game. I also added in a bunch of sound effects and music to the game just to make it a little bit more alive. However, ultimately only the music was really shown. The sounds that I really used are not very many, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to work on the sound and music as well, but it was basically just the ambient sounds, so like factory for the village area, the soft wind throughout the whole of the game, to add a little bit more to that frozen winterland feel. We got obviously the click for the main menu, and a couple of other things, but the main thing was the music. So there was two different musics that I used. There was the this one right here, which is Home for the Holidays, and we've also got the other one right here, which is Christmas Village, and these were basically split up so that the main menu would have different music to the actual level itself. Because I didn't have enough time to put in sound, it meant that the level would basically be just too quiet without at least some music. So the music ends up being kind of the driving force for that sound. The next thing that you'll be able to see if I just press play right here immediately is the snow effects. So one of the things I did is the particle effects for snow, basically to represent the open areas of the map. So if I just press play right here and come into the map, and then let's just pause this and then make sure that we're not on the maximize on play, just so that we can have a look around right here. And if I come over here to the village, you'll see all the different snow coming down. Essentially, I wanted snow to be a part of this game because otherwise it's just not Christmas. It's not Christmas without at least some snow particles. And yeah, the snow is very much centralized in this area, in the village. Yeah, I also used the system I used was not just a normal particle system. I actually used the visual effects graph to make it, which is much more efficient on performance. It's much more nicer as well, and it's easier to use. So I brought that in to make the snow effect. So once I did the effects, the music, some sound, and the main menu, it was time to try and get a bunch of bugs fixed, as well as basically play testing the game for balance. So I started doing that basically the entire time until I was about an hour or two before submission. Once that was done, and I would play test and fix as much as I could, about 2 hours before to an hour before, I would then submit it. So I'd submit the game to the game jam, and then what I would also do is, that doesn't really end the game jam for me. What I usually do then is I customize the page that that people can go to, and I can usually add screenshots, maybe create a logo for the main menu, which I did, which as you can see right here, it's basically this down here. So yeah, I created a main menu logo, which I added that into. Obviously before the submission, that was the first thing I did outside of the game towards the end, is just add in this quick logo right here before submission. And then if I just quickly show the page, now if I just show the itch.io page, you can see it's been customized to a degree, but we have screenshots on the right of all the different parts of the game, so that if a person doesn't have time to play it, or if they don't know if they want to play it or download it, they can at least have a look at what it maybe encompasses the game. And it's also an advertising tool to get people to play. I also created a quick trailer as well for people to go and view in case they didn't have time to play it, and they can get a general idea of the game through this trailer. Which is a full gameplay trailer as well, so it's quite extensive. We have the story as well as a quick description, and of course you're able to download it right there. Now it's been a long time, as you can see, 43 days is a long time since I actually submitted this game. Basically I've been very busy, so this video is very late in my recording. I actually didn't have a lot of time with some other stuff going on, and I just didn't get around to actually doing this video. So this video is very, very late to when I did the game jam compared to the 6th day. So apologies for that. Obviously you won't notice a difference, but for me, basically, if some details have been lost on what I actually did for the 7th day, then that's why. Because I've forgotten all the other extra details. But if we just go to the submission page for the winter break jam, you can see my results and what I actually did. So as you can see, 8 people rated it, tried the game out, and as you can see, most people actually the majority gave me a 5-star, so just under half, and then 4 stars, 3 stars, and then 2 stars. I didn't get any 1 stars, which is really positive. And then we also have the actual comments, which give general feedback. Most of the complaints were about how to shoot the snowball and how difficult it was to aim, as well as the movement, but in general, things were positive. A lot of people praised the looks of the game and how nice it is, which I did spend a long time on lighting of the game and making the game look good and shaded correctly as well, making sure the environment was really cool. As you can see, overall, I got rank 2 on 2 of them, so presentation and the overall score was 2. So I got 2nd place in this game jam, which I'll show in a second. Creativity was rank 6 and enjoyment was rank 8. So if I just go to the overall and I have a look at the submissions, you'll see here that I actually ranked pretty much every game apart from 1. This is obviously my game, so I didn't rank. You can't rank your own, but every other game I actually ranked. So all of these 20 other games, which took a very long time for me to rate and give feedback for, but I did so without an issue. And then if we go to results, you can see that I did in fact get 2nd place, which I was very proud of, because I've never gotten 2nd place in any of these game jams. It's always been far below that. I think the closest I've usually gotten is in the top 10, but I've never gotten this close to 1st. So getting 2nd place was a very, very big moment for me in any game jam, regardless of how many people take part. So in total there were 22 entries and I got 2nd place. So that was a really big accomplishment. So that is mostly everything now that I wanted to talk about with Christmas Commandeer. Now with the game completely out, you can definitely go and check it out and give me feedback still, and I'll still have a look at it as well. I'll be looking at maybe doing some smaller game jams, something quicker, something that I can usually just post one video on, and then I'll probably have a little bit of a break, then post another video. I've also wanted to recently have a look at Unreal 5. I know that's been huge at the moment within the game industry, and I haven't looked at Unreal in a long time, so I wouldn't mind looking at that again just to explore. Expect some smaller game jams videos to come out, and just some that I want to make some for fun, you know, maybe over the weekend or whatever. And another quick mention is that the website that I've been working on for the last few years is basically going to be completely updated now. It's one of the things I've been working on, and it should be updated, and a new version should be published in the next week or so, week to 2 weeks. It should be completely updated with all the projects that I've worked on through the last few years, as well as university, and there should be in a lot more detail as well. But I think that's about it. So this has been ProTaleDev, and I'll see you next time.